personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
This is a standard hold belt. You can get it at any fashion brand, department store, or Amazon. They can be nice, look good, even sometimes expensive. The downside, they're only limited to 5 holes. Not to mention these holes wear out in less than a year. So this is an Anson belt, micro-adjustable holeless belt. Instead of 5 holes 1 inch apart, we have 30 plus options spaced a 1/4 inch apart, giving you the perfect fit every time. This track system uses a magnetic mechanism that won't break like a spring-loaded mechanism will over time. Slide your belt through, click, click, click. That's the sound of a perfect fit. Check us out at AnsonBelt.com.
I love your show.
Love your show.
I just love the show.
Here we go with the show. Talk of the town. It's like doom scrolling without the doom. And even without the scrolling.
Put that damn phone down and listen to me.
Real talk for Eastern North Carolina.
You might even say it's the ultimate.
Now from the Town Bank studio, here's Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson on Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
Every morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. It is 7:09. We are live in the Town Bank studio here this morning, and we are going to have a very hot day today. We are excited about several things. I'm wearing my football shirt today, my football game shirt. Not my jersey, but my football shirt. Number one, today is the day of the ECU football kickoff banquet at Minges Coliseum. So we'll have an Interbanks media table. And guess who's sitting at our table today? Coach Blake Harrell, sitting with the Interbanks media team today. How about them apples? Welcome to the crew this morning. Welcome to Patrick, who is down at the – are you at the Working Man's Beach this morning? Where are you?
I am, thankfully, yeah.
Yeah. You know who was
I'm here, baby.
You know who was at the Working Man's Beach this week?
The Hammer?
How'd you know?
I didn't know. I was just taking a guess. Just taking a swipe at it there.
The Hammer participated in the poker run from Morehead City to Surf City this weekend.
Did he really?
He drove his Grady White down there behind Matt Raymond's fountain and had a hard time keeping up because Matt's got a fountain with about 5 300s on it.
Man.
Oh, look who's in the control room. Michael Buscemi is back from vacation.
Oh,
Michael's back from vacation this morning, and Logan Wilcox is producing the show this morning. Logan, the intern. Good morning, Logan. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
Do you start classes today at ECU?
I do.
What time's your first class?
My first class today is at 1.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Did you set up your schedule so you could spend the mornings with us? Is that what you did?
I did, yeah.
Good for you.
Did he really?
Cameron is not here this morning?
She's not.
So Michael is back from vacation. Michael, you going to tell us about vacation? Let's hear all
It was nice.
Where'd you go?
We went on a cruise, went to
Carnival?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Why did I know it was on Carnival?
It's the only one I can afford.
Is Carnival cheaper than all the rest of them?
Yeah, they actually are. It's a fun trip. I mean, it was wonderful.
Where did you cruise to?
We went to the Caymans. We went to.
You sound like you got a cold.
I do. I
pick up a little Caribbean cold.
It's one of those stupid things where I feel terrific, but my voice sounds a little deeper.
Yeah,
you know,
you sound nasally.
Yeah. Went to Celebration Key. The water was just gorgeous.
Celebration Key.
The whole ocean was just like a flat lake the whole time we were out there.
Now let me ask you this question: you were on a Carnival cruise. Was it? How was the service?
Oh, phenomenal! I mean, really was.
Excellent. So did you cruise out of Miami?
We cruised out of Cape Canaveral, someplace I've never been before.
Okay.
And
you see the rockets? We saw
the launch pads, and actually there was supposed to be a launch before we took off, but they scrubbed the mission. They had a technical issue. We kept up with it.
That's too bad. I've always wanted to do that. That's on my bucket list.
Me too. I've got to go down there and see a launch. I'd love it. But we saw the pads. We saw the the shuttle reconstruction, reconnecting building down there at NASA. We saw that thing from where we were on the ship.
How many days were you on the ship?
5 Monday through Friday. We got
how many people were on that ship?
5,000, I think.
Oh my God!
Said. Yeah. The only time you saw the crowds were embarkation day when you got on the boat and when you got off the boat, and then sometimes you saw a lot of people during breakfast. And other than that, you didn't see a lot of people. You really didn't.
Did you have to wear a jacket to dinner?
No.
So Carnival didn't do that.
They had a dress up. They had a dress up night, and that was about it. They won't let you in with a tank top. But you had to have sleeves.
Well,
I know.
You go.
I know. That's kind of silly.
No tank tops at dinner.
No tank tops.
That's a
at dinner.
classy operation. What are you talking about?
But it was. I mean, it was phenomenal. I mean,
and now, did you take your son?
Yes, my son did come along.
How did he like it?
He loved it. He had a good time.
So they have like several pools. If you're on one of those big Carnival ships, you're on several.
Yeah, they had several pools. They had the adult section with no kids allowed, 21 plus.
Did they have a topless?
No topless.
No
topless stuff. They wouldn't allow that. It was a family kid cruise. They had a special.
Let me ask you this question: you were on a Carnival cruise. Were there a lot of tattoos?
I didn't. I'm sure there was. Wasn't looking for them.
Did you guys see? This struck me as hilarious. Did you see who got a bunch of tattoos and is now flashing them on, doing as many interviews as she can, and flashing them? Congresswoman Nancy Mace has got. Why am I not surprised? She is a big attention getter. And she has 9 new tattoos. She said that provided her the pain she needed to feel while serving in Congress. So she did these. So she's got a new YouTube program called Get Maced. And she gives her take on public events. And now, it's like everybody else who gets these tattoos all up and down their arm. Now, everywhere you see her, she's going to have on, sleeveless stuff so she can show off her tattoos. I've said from the beginning, this woman is facing some serious mental illness. She is really nuts. In fact, how many people in Congress are actually mentally ill? AOC, since she announced that she's freezing her eggs, she now is saying that she's posting daily an update about the process of freezing her eggs online. Does anybody want to hear that? She just posted one over the weekend saying, day 5, let's talk about the side effects. I'm feeling them. The bloat is real. This is a woman who is the leading candidate for the Democrat nomination for president of the United States. These are not serious people. Nancy Mace, AOC, Ilhan Omar, also in the news this morning, the Muslim congresswoman from Minnesota, complaining that she spotted a ICE agent outside of her town hall in Minnesota. She's demanding answers from the Department of Homeland Security after a federal investigation was reported. A federal immigration investigative agent was reportedly spotted outside of one of her Minnesota town halls over the weekend, raising questions about why the agent was monitoring the area. Well, what are the chances there were a bunch of illegal people there from Somalia? That's why. So, the beat goes on with the Democrat Party. These people are not serious people. Well, Nancy Mace is a Republican. Although, I think it's time for her probably to leave the Republican Party. I'd be okay with it. She's crazy. All right, 7:17. Today is August the 17th. Man, we're running down to the dog days of summer. Today's going to be potentially the hottest day of the year, if you can believe that. We've had some hot ones. And the high temperature today is going to be 97, but The heat index will make it feel like it's 112 degrees. The UV index is 10 plus. Is that possible? 10 plus? So if you're going outside today, be very careful. We may get a stray thunderstorm, because it's going to be so hot, maybe later in the afternoon when the cooler temperatures creep in. That might create some thunderstorms. So 97 for a high today, 95 tomorrow, 93 on Wednesday. We get some thunderstorms that may cool things off a little bit on Wednesday, and Thursday 93, 88 on Friday, 88 Saturday, 89. We got 70% chance of rain on Friday. That's the early forecast. We're going to be down in Atlantic Beach on Friday morning. We're going to be down at Bite at the Box. We're kicking off the second big fishing tournament of the year like we do every year. We're going to be down at Bite at the Box to kick off the Atlantic Beach King Mackerel fishing tournament. It doesn't actually start until later this fall, but we do this kickoff show every August to remind people to sign up for it. And let's see, Michael, the weather forecast for Friday for Atlantic Beach is mixed clouds and sun and about a 50% chance of rain. But I think that's coming later in the afternoon, so we should be able to go on top of Bite at the Box like we normally do. That's actually one of my favorite remotes of the year, when we do the Bite at the Box. And we'll be there Friday. Let's see. Today, August 17th, Donnie Wahlberg turns 57 today. He's gone from New Kids on the Block to yelling at the kids on the block to get off my lawn. Thank you. Trump-hating Robert De Niro turns 83 today. Sean Penn turns 66 today. His recent big movie was One Battle After Another. He'll be celebrating his 66th birthday today with One Bottle After Another. Did you see that movie?
No.
Did you see One Battle After Another?
No, I did not. I have not seen it.
Man.
I actually saw something I'd want to watch this weekend. It comes out next month with John Hamm in it.
What is that?
American Hostage, I think is the name of it, but it's on MGM Plus. What is MGM Plus?
I don't know. Is that another one they're expecting us to pay to?
I guess so. I mean, it actually looks good. I'm like, I'd watch that. It's a mini series. I think it'd be great, but no, heck no. We've got another streamer to. By the way, shout out, happy birthday! Shout out, Dylan McKay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Dylan McKay's birthday today.
Dylan McKay, one of our own. We need to shout him out.
One of our operations manager here at the Radio Ranch. I did not know today was Dylan's birthday. How did you know that? Was it on Facebook?
I know these things. I care about our people.
You keep up, don't you? You know what's going on.
I care about our people. Yes.
Yeah.
How about Tommy John croaking over the weekend?
Tommy John died, 88 years old, 88 or 89?
He was 83.
Oh, 83.
Yes, sir.
And, my wife and I were watching sports yesterday, and they said Tommy John had died. And my, this will be a typical reaction. My wife said, Tommy John was a real person?
Right, yeah.
Because, Tommy John's surgery has become, his name has become a surgery because he was the first guy to get that surgery where, the guy down in Birmingham, fixed his elbow. And when he came out of the surgery, he actually was able to throw the ball with more velocity. He had more speed on his pitch after the surgery. So then everybody wanted to get that surgery when they blew up their arm.
Sure.
How do you think that went, though? Tommy John, when he was the first guy to go in to get that surgery, how do you think that went? The guy said, you're going to actually be able to throw the ball faster after I cut into your arm.
I mean, I'm sure it was, a lot was unknown at that time.
Yeah.
As you know, Big Hen.
Yeah. The Little League World Series gets underway this week.
Uh-oh.
My money's on the team that signed the most Japanese players. The Asian teams always seem to do well in this thing. Preseason football is in full swing, which means the Dallas Cowboys have already been eliminated from the first round of the playoffs. I'm waiting. Thank you. I'll be here.
You know who was not? The Panthers looked awful this weekend.
You
listless.
Can't tell anything. Look, I'm not falling into the preseason football trap. I'm not watching any of it.
Okay. All right.
Do you? I mean, you can't tell anything from preseason football. It's a practice.
I'm just saying.
It's a practice scrimmage.
There was no umph.
So the Pirates scrimmaged over the weekend.
There was plenty of umph.
Did you go?
I did not, no.
Maybe we should get Pilkington on the. Did Pilkington or maybe our new guy Adam? Should we call Adam and get Adam to give us a?
Well, you got Pilkington, you got Adam, you got Igo. So you got three people to choose from there. We could take a shot at the three people. I thought we were going to have Igo on more.
We need to have Igo on. Maybe we'll call Igo next hour. I don't want to wake him up. He's got young kids.
Oh, then he would be up. If he's got young kids, he's up.
Some of the schools go back today. My youngest grandson starts school today. He's probably listening this morning. Good morning, Hunter baby. He's 13 now. We can't call him Hunter baby anymore. But I took Hunter baby out.
Summer, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a heck of a summer. I asked him this weekend, what was your favorite thing? But you know what you think one of his favorite things was?
What's that?
Pop took him out Saturday to teach him to drive the boat.
Oh, okay. How about that?
He drove Dee Dee and me around.
You have a name for your boat?
Yeah, it's called Steve Logan's boat. I'm just borrowing.
That's what you ought to call it. People put a name on their boat. That's what you ought to put on there.
Logan's boat.
Logan's boat.
When I call down to the Crow's Nest Marina to tell them to put my boat in the water, I always have to say, I'll say, this is Henry Hinton. I'd like to get my Grady White dropped into the water, please. And they'll go, Hinton. I went, Steve Logan's boat. Because he uses it a lot more than I do. And they know him. They don't know me down there. So, Hunter just turned 13. It's time for him to learn how to drive the boat. The oldest one, Hollywood, learned how to drive it when he was about 13. So I took him out Saturday, and I pulled it out of the slip. And after that, he did everything else. We pulled up to the waterfront in Morehead City. I made him dock the boat in front of Morehead City. He only made one little flub up. He hit he did hit a no wake buoy when we were coming in.
Okay.
The boat started to slide into the current a little bit, and he didn't quite get it out of the current enough, and it kind of slid right into the buoy. But it was fine. It's just a rubber buoy, just kind of banged the side of the boat. He did a great job. We docked the boat in front of Southern Salt. Went and had lunch, came back. I said, now I'm going to push the boat off, and you're going to drive the boat off. And I told him how to do it, and he executed it perfectly. And he got very comfortable and wanted to open it up. So when we went out in the White Oak River at the back part of Beaufort back there. So I let him open it up a little bit. He loved that. I looked over and he had a big smile on his face. He loved we were going about 20. He thought he was. It's a good thing it wasn't on Matt Raymond's fountain boat. That would have been creeping at 20.
Sure.
We had a good time. All right, let's see. When we come back, I'm going to delve into how the North Carolina media is covering the Whatley-Cooper Senate race and how they are trying to spin it for Roy Cooper. I've got receipts. I'll tell you about it next.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville patio and hearth shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now.
Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson. Just the right amount of info, humor, and real talk for ENC. Get moving every morning with Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
All right, welcome back. Monday morning Talk of the Town, August the 17th. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour this morning, Dickie Carrata is going to be in here live. Dickie Carrata, for those of you who do not know, was a two-sport superstar at ECU in the late 60s, and his career ended in 1970. He has written a book called I Am a Pirate, and I read it. I read the entire thing over the weekend, and I couldn't put it down. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I don't know if everyone would enjoy it as much as I did, but, man, you know, I knew a lot of people. In fact, I've never met Dickie in person before. We've got a lot of mutual friends. Hal Baird, he played with Hal Baird, who, of course, pitched here at ECU and then went on to be the head coach here at ECU and then the head coach at Auburn, and was a great human being. Tony Guzzo, who was Tony Guzzo was the guy that kicked the field goal that beat Marshall in 1970 on the day the plane crashed. Guzzo and I became good friends. Gary Overton, when I was in grad school, we had a study group. There were four of us: Gary Overton, Hal Baird, Tony Guzzo, and myself. So I knew those guys very well. And Dickie played with Guzzo. He played football with Guzzo. He played baseball with Hal Baird. And, of course, Gary Overton, I think, was the team manager when he played. But he had a great career, and it's just a great read about a guy who had extraordinary athletic talent, who probably is the only person. I don't know of anybody else. I think he's the only person in ECU history that had a dual scholarship, football and baseball. And having the football scholarship and baseball scholarship, you know, the football coaches, he played for 3 different football coaches. He played for Clarence Stasovich, Mike McGee, and Sonny Randall. And I'm not sure he actually – let's see, when did Sonny – no, Sonny became the head coach in 71. He played for Sonny because Sonny was the receivers coach for Mike McGee. But he would – you know, the football coaches didn't like the fact that he played baseball, but he was a superstar in both sports. And I mean, there have been a few other people that have had joint scholarship. I mean, Kevin Miller was on the golf team. He came to ECU on the golf team and then got a football scholarship. I'm not sure it was ever a joint scholarship, but he did both.
Kevin Monroe for a season did both. Remember that? He played baseball.
He played baseball? But he wasn't on scholarship. He probably wasn't on scholarship for baseball.
Well, no, it's rare that anybody's on scholarship, but Kevin played football and baseball one season. Yeah,
I actually think,
and there are others, I believe.
You know who I'm going to ask him this today. He played football with Carl Summerell, who was one of the great quarterbacks in ECU history. I think I'm right about this. Carl Summerell, who was a quarterback here through the late 60s, and really his best season was 71 when we won the Southern Conference Championship. He had some great receivers. He had Tim Dameron, who's still a buddy of mine who lives in Rocky Mount now. Stan Ewer. There was some great players. Dwight Flanagan, I think, had graduated by then. Dwight was from Edenton. You know, Edenton used to give ECU a bunch of great players. He played with Billy Wallace as well. Billy Wallace was a great running back at ECU. And for some reason, I want to say that Carl Summerell also played baseball. It would be hard to believe that a guy could be the quarterback and play baseball in the spring and not go through spring drills. So maybe Carl played one season after his senior football season. I don't remember. I'll ask Dickie about that today. But that's coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. I'm really excited about interviewing Dickie and meeting Dickie. He had a book signing at Chico's yesterday, 5 to 7. I don't know how that went. Did anybody go? Has anybody heard how that went?
I've not heard.
I hope
we had him on Friday to try to pump it up a little bit for him. And
I heard your interview with him on Friday. You did a great job with it. But I could tell you had not read the book.
Well, no, it's not that. We had already done the interview where we deep dived the book, and I didn't want to rehash what we had previously done with him.
You didn't answer my question. Did you read the book?
Yeah, I read it when it was first out. I mean, I'm not read it cover to cover like you, but I've read excerpts of it. Yes,
I really enjoyed it. He talked about a lot of the haunts that I used to hang. He was a big elbow room guy, and so was I. I just missed him at the elbow room. He graduated in 70, and I got here in 71. The elbow room was the place when I was at ECU. I spent way too much time there. He got in trouble there several times. He was always breaking curfew. We'll talk about all that this morning. All right, I wanted to get in this morning to how the media is already covering this Cooper-Whatley Senate race. Just listen to this headline from the News and Observer over the weekend. Michael Whatley stoops to bigotry to resuscitate his Senate campaign. This is about the first line of the first paragraph. Republicans are determined to weaponize transgender issues in North Carolina's Senate race. And for the most part, the playbook has been predictable. So, you know, are people going to see through this? Or do people look at a headline and go, oh, wow, he's a bigot? Mike Whatley has stooped to bigotry in his campaign. Because He refuses to go along with these people who are mentally ill, who want to be a different gender. This is what you can expect from the News and Observer. You know, I'm hoping that other Raleigh media like WRAL will be more objective. They've kind of seemed to try to want to be recently. I know where you are on it. But Laura Leslie's gone, isn't she?
Yeah, well, yeah, she's out of there.
Laura Leslie was there.
Virginia Slims on break elsewhere,
oh my God.
I believe.
The last time I was with her, Laura Leslie. The last time I was with her I was at a reception, and she walked up and said, "Hi, Henry," and nearly knocked me over with her. Nearly knocked me over with her cigarette breath.
Yes.
I wanted to say, did you actually cram an entire pack of Marlboros down your throat before you showed up?
No, she was a Virginia Slims girl. She's a Virginia Slims girl, Big. And don't get it crossed up.
Oh my God,
Virginia Slims. But
this is what we're going to have to expect from the media,
but
right?
I mean, but the same thing. ABC 11 up there. I'm sure the Greensboro stations. I don't know them as well. I mean, Charlotte. You can't expect a fair shake in that city from the media.
Well, it's owned by Disney. ABC's owned by Disney,
right? And I mean,
and of course, it's ABC.
Right. And there are stations in this market that can't wait to go out and cover a Cooper event. But if Watley's here, it's like a brief mention and maybe like a 10-second B-roll clip.
Look, it's like even ABC. Remember Terry Moran, who was a big ABC reporter? He has now come out. He was a big political reporter for ABC. He's come out now and said ABC is absolutely woke, left wing, and does everything they can to cover Trump in a negative way. So this is what we can expect from the media here in North Carolina. And, you know, it saddens me to a large degree because the News and Observer is the state's storied newspaper. And
it's a paper of record.
It is. And you know, let's face it, the Daniels family owned it for years. It was founded back in the 20s or something by Josephus Daniels. And Frank Daniels, and then Frank Daniels Jr. ran it. I knew Frank Daniels Jr. when I lived in the Triangle, and I lived in Raleigh and Chapel Hill. I knew Frank Daniels Jr. He was a young up-and-coming guy. He started Business North Carolina magazine. He did some really innovative things for them. And his father, Frank Daniels, was a well-known Democrat and did all the he did all of the op-eds, and you know he would endorse all the Democrat candidates. But you know, you always got the feeling that he was not a crazy left-wing nut. I did, and so when the Daniels family was running the News and Observer, it seemed to be well. Even though you knew it was left-leaning, it was Democrat-leaning, you still could feel like you were getting some journalism from them. Today, if you lined the staff up of the News and Observer against a wall and looked at them, you'd break out laughing. They got nose rings, they got hair, they got man buns. You know, it's just a bunch of woke left-wing lunatics running the News and Observer now. I knew some of the management at the News and Observer. I did business with the News and Observer.
Sure.
I was when I ran the radio station in Chapel Hill. Can't remember the guy's name that was one of the top guys up there. Great guy. Used to go over to Raleigh and take him to lunch, and he'd buy advertising from me. The News and Observer would advertise on the radio, but you know, the people are looking at the newspaper industry now as a dinosaur. Nobody's buying newspapers anymore. You know, nobody's buying newspapers anymore. And I hate that because I actually loved getting up in the morning with a cup of coffee and reading the newspaper. But when the News and Observer went so far left, I used to subscribe to the News and Observer. When it went so far to the left that you couldn't trust anything that they said, and you knew that it was all a left-wing cram down, I mean, it just became obsolete. It became a non-starter. Why bother? Why bother? So, I guess we can expect more of these kind of headlines, which I still, can you imagine them putting any kind of a negative headline up now for Roy Cooper? But here's the headline from this weekend. Michael Whatley stoops to bigotry to resuscitate his Senate campaign. He doesn't have to stoop to bigotry. He just has to point out. And that's what he did, by the way, which is why they said he was stooping to bigotry. Point out Roy Cooper's support of all this transgender nonsense and all the other stuff. Interesting story today about Supreme Court's ruling on this private school in Mecklenburg County. Charlotte Latin School was sued in 2022. Wow. You remember this story? This was the administrators were all into the Black Lives Matter movement. They were masking up the youngest kids in school. You can't come in without a mask. Everybody's got to wear a mask. And this family sued them. This family sued them and said, this is ridiculous. So the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the reviving the portions of a lawsuit that were brought by parents. There were more than one set of parents that brought lawsuits against this Charlotte Latin School. Yeah. And this ruling could potentially open the door to broader questions about when private schools can face liability for ending relationships with families. These families were kicked out of Charlotte Latin School because they objected to the way they were dealing with Black Lives Matter, and they objected to to masking up their first graders. So the North Carolina Supreme Court ruled on it Friday. The court did not rule that Charlotte Latin School acted improperly and expressly agreed that many of the family's claims lack merit. Instead, the justices revived a narrower set of claims and gave the family another opportunity to pursue them. The larger question now is whether the case ultimately changes the legal risk private schools face when they decide they're entered in their relationship with a family, an issue school advocates warn could have implications well beyond this Charlotte Latin School case. But the bottom line is, looking back on it now, it was ridiculous to mask up kindergartners and first graders. It was absurd. All right, 7:45. More Monday Morning Talk of the Town coming up.
Make the summer shift into huge savings at Greenville Toyota. Shift into low payments. Shift into fuel-efficient and hybrid models like Camry's $229 a month, RAV4's $269. It's the summer shift at Greenville Toyota.
Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium rocking it. There's nothing like game days in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Football is special here, and that's because of you. It takes all of us to have success. The 2026 season is right around the corner. Season tickets start as low as $75. Get yours today.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU football. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. Fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
The summer shift is on at Greenville Toyota. Get massive savings on a huge Toyota selection. Then shift into Tacomas, $249 a month. Tundras, $399 at Greenville Toyota, where our volume saves you money.
Back to Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson on Talk of the Town. Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
Speaking of the News and Observer, they have just reported that Josh Stein, our governor, is expected to veto a bill today that would allow the state's Chief Justice, who in this case is Justice Paul Newby, to suspend trial judges without pay during investigations into their conduct. Why does he want to veto that? Doesn't that make sense? You want
well, he's a lawyer. And you know what a lot of the liberal judge buddies around the state are? Josh Stein? His pals, his friends.
Yeah.
So he's looking out for his pals, his friends.
Speaking of the News and Observer and Josephus Daniels, one of our listeners, Keith, who's a military guy, says that Josephus Daniels, who was the founder of the News and Observer, is the reason we call coffee a cup of joe. I did not know this. He was the Secretary of Navy who prohibited alcohol on warships. It was not received well by the sailors, so they created it in a mocking way and called coffee a cup of joe. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I did not know that. New information. I did not know that. This is interesting. One more piece of info. We'll go sports here. I know you got some sports for us.
Got a lot of audio, yeah.
They went back to Raleigh last week and passed the technical corrections bill, which is the bill that the reason for a technical corrections bill is to go back and correct things in a budget bill or any other bill, but in this case, the budget bill that were errors that they had, like a word here or a number there or something like that. But what ends up happening every time they have technical corrections is they sneak a bunch of earmarks in there, particularly the leadership, the people who are in charge of the budget. So we now know that $15 million was snuck into the budget corrections bill last week by Senator Mike Lee of Wilmington to prop up the North Carolina film and entertainment industry down in Wilmington, which is on life support again, by the way. You know, the Wilmington film industry has been thriving, and then they lost One Tree Hill and they lost Dawson's Creek. It's never really been, they were doing a lot of movies. We talked about that John Travolta movie that was shot down there last week. They're not getting a lot of movies because these movie companies want you to give them money. They want you to give them grants. And they say they're going to create all these jobs, and then you find out later on that the jobs are part-time grip jobs and stuff like that. But anyway, so Michael Lee, who represents Wilmington, said the money covers a projected $7.4 million shortfall this year, calling it a technical correction tied to reining in what he described as undisciplined spending management. Here's the thing. This is giving money to a private company. It's like taking tax money and giving it to a private company. Now, are they really creating enough jobs to justify that? That's going to be an issue probably when the vote comes up on who's going to replace Phil Berger, because Michael Lee is one of the candidates to replace Phil Berger as Senate President Pro Tem.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this comes back to haunt him a little bit. All right, let's do sports. Our sports update this hour and our Pirate Report is brought to you by, wait for it, Parker's Barbecue. Parker's Barbecue. Yes. Parker's Barbecue with 3 locations in Greenville. I had a nice meeting with Billy Parker last week. He's back sponsoring the Pirate Report and Talk of the Town and our ECU football. And, of course, I walked into the old location. I shouldn't say old, the original location on Memorial Drive. You should see the upgrade in the facility. They've got all new paneling in there. The Parker's looks great if you hadn't been to Parker's. And, of course, you get great barbecue. But you know what I love about Parker's more than anything else is their fried chicken. They have the best fried chicken in the world.
It is good.
Good for tailgating, too. All right, Parker's Barbecue brings us our sports update and Pirate Report.
All right, Big Ham, we're going to start with Jordan Mathewson, a Martin County senior who plays linebacker. He'll play some running back, wide receiver. He made his college commitment decision in front of 5 schools that offered him a roster spot for next year, did so on Sunday. And after a brief fake out during the announcement, he ended up choosing the Pirates.
I'll be continuing my academic and sports career for the next 3 to 4 years.
So he went for the Duke hat there, and that kind of faked everybody out. Mathewson spoke about the importance of being a student athlete and says he plans to earn a degree in mechanical engineering.
Everybody can play sports. Everybody can be an athlete, but to maintain a high GPA, straight A's is very challenging to do. So being that student part, keeping it up is really important to me because, everybody can be an average athlete, but a student athlete that keeps their grades up, that's what separates everybody.
Yeah, he spoke to News Channel 12 Sports. Thanks to them for the audio. Martin County opens the 26th season against North Pitt on Friday. ECU is beginning the process of bringing back 3 key players from last season. Running back Marlon Gunn Jr., defensive lineman J.D. Lampley, and linebacker Sam Danka had exhausted their eligibility, but a federal court injunction could give members of the 2022 high school class of 5th year. The NCAA has appealed the ruling with a decision expected in the next week or 2. Head coach Blake Harrell says the Pirates will be cautious integrating the 3 while the legal process plays out.
I have extreme loyalty to those 3 young men that would qualify under this court ruling and be eligible for a 5th year. They've always been Pirates. They started their career here. They helped us win a bunch of games. They understand what our expectation is, what our accountability is. So extreme loyalty to them. But at the same time, I got to take care of the locker room and loyalty to that piece too. And making sure that we don't disrupt that, cause any ripples. So we're going to start to integrate those guys back in.
ECU opens the season September 5th at Alabama. And former ECU baseball standout Conley alum Dixon Williams. What a historic weekend for the Braves organization. High A Rome, 8 for 11 with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. More on that next hour about Dixon's great weekend. Big hit, back to you.
He hit 5 home runs in how many games?
2 games.
2 games. Good for Dixon, man. That's awesome. That is fantastic. By the way, I've gotten an email here that Wilmington is not getting the $15 million grant. You know who's getting it?
Who's that?
For the film industry? Georgia? Greenville.
Oh, Greenville?
I did not know. It's going to Mr. Beast. It brings up the same question. Should tax money be going to Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
He is creating jobs now. That's true.
He's also worth $1 gazillion.
I don't think he even owns the company anymore. He sold the company, so it's going to whoever owns. I mean, a bunch of probably investment bankers. I don't. We'll delve into that more. All right, that's hour 1 of Talk of the Town here Monday morning. Stay with us. We'll be back after the news.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
Call AA Hauling, 252-946-1227 or AAHauling.com.
Need to insure a boat in Edenton, a business in Elizabeth City, a car in Greenville? How about a farm truck in Mount Olive or a home on the Outer Banks? Weatherly Insurance Agency, an independent insurance agency with 6 locations in eastern North Carolina, is here to help. Weatherly Insurance Agency has agents you can get to know because they're your neighbors and live in your town. Call today, 888-OBX-2-IBX, or on the web at weatherlyinsurance.com. From the Outer Banks to the Inner Banks, Weatherly Insurance has you covered.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU football. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. Fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Grimes Built Construction is currently building homes in Pitt and Beaufort County, and they're always looking for land to start new neighborhoods. Grimes Built Construction is a custom home builder, but also builds beautiful spec homes in all price ranges. These aren't cookie-cutter homes. A Grimes-built home has great design, character, and the extra detail you desire.
This is Chad Grimes with Grimes Built Construction. If you're in the market for a new home or if you have land for sale, give me a call, 252-717-1418.
from the WNCT 9 on your side newsroom, this is your Talk of the Town information update. Here's Patrick Johnson.
Snappers Grill and Steam Bar in Morehead City temporarily closed Sunday after a break-in. The restaurant says the burglary left damage to the ceiling and a mess inside the kitchen, leaving the business unable to operate. Snappers also posted a surveillance image of a person seen inside the restaurant, and they are asking anybody who can identify that person to contact Morehead City Police. A 17-year-old being held without bond this morning, accused of shooting and killing 2 men in Goldsboro on Saturday afternoon. Cops responded to West Oak Street just before 5 p.m. They found 2 men suffering from gunshot wounds. Both died at the scene. The victims have been identified as 20-year-old Nasir Green of Goldsboro and 20-year-old Tristan Mason of Dudley. The 17-year-old was taken into custody without incident. It's the third teen charged with murder in Goldsboro in as many days. A traffic alert as you prepare for a new week. A portion of Hooker Road will be closed at Millbrook Street starting today for ongoing GUC sewer repairs. The closure will affect both northbound and southbound traffic between Arlington and Greenville Boulevard. Through traffic will need to follow posted detours around the construction. The closure is expected to last about 2 weeks. Drivers are encouraged to avoid the area if possible. Pedestrian safety standing as a priority as thousands of ECU students return to Greenville. City officials are educating students and drivers on how to use the pedestrian hybrid beacon near campus. Pedestrians must wait for the walk signal after activating the beacon, while flashing yellow and red lights tell drivers when to slow down and stop. Greenville Mayor P.J. Conley.
It's not so much now that where you push it, you can go immediately and walk across there. There's actually a signal that will allow the pedestrians to walk across, and it alerts the people that are driving on the road when they can go and when they can't.
Raleigh added to the list of cities that will consider teen curfews to curb violence. North Carolina moms had mixed feelings about it.
I do have a kind of a love-hate relationship with it, but at the same time, I feel like it's necessary.
I would support it. My son's in the house anyway.
We've all been teens before, and so we want to make sure that we give them freedoms, but at the same time, making sure that our community is safe.
City Council in the capital city will consider approving a teen curfew on Tuesday.
Good Monday morning. A hot day expected for eastern North Carolina with highs in the upper 90s with mostly sunny skies, but another chance for some showers and storms moving in the afternoon and evening.
That's Storm Team 9's Olivia Monteleone. Already heating up out there as we've got 77 in Greenville and Little Washington, 75 in New Bern, 73 at the airport outside of Jacksonville, 81 degrees in Morehead City. And it's Talk of the Town on Talk 103.7, Talk 96.3, and the IBX Media app. Getting underway with the 8 o'clock hour after
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
Greenville Marine Outdoor Shop is your fishing headquarters with an amazing selection of rods and reels, lures and artificial baits, fishing tackle, and more. Plus, we're your hunting headquarters with all kinds of shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and accessories, and we're your archery center, too.
For better service, quality, selection, and more, we've got them. Come see them. Our deals, you won't believe them.
Greenville Marine Outdoor Shop, 3600 Marine Drive in Greenville. Visit us online at greenvillemarine.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Need cash for a vacation? National Finance Company is here to help. For over 50 years, National Finance Company has been the small loan specialist with loans from $1,000 to $5,000 with low payments to meet your budget. We're in the business of getting you the cash you need today. Apply online for a loan at one of our convenient branch offices and get your money as fast as today. It's easy. Get the vacation cash you need. For extra cash, visit nfcmoney.com.
Need to insure a boat in Edenton, a business in Elizabeth City, a car in Greenville? How about a farm truck in Mount Olive or a home on the Outer Banks? Weatherly Insurance Agency, an independent insurance agency with 6 locations in eastern North Carolina, is here to help. Weatherly Insurance Agency has agents you can get to know because they're your neighbors and live in your town. Call today, 888-OBX-2-IBX, or on the web at weatherlyinsurance.com. From the Outer Banks to the Inner Banks, Weatherly Insurance has you covered.
Make every day electric on the Kawasaki Electro 20 electric balance bike. Maximize the fun with long run times, impressive top speed, and Kawasaki build quality. Easy adjustability and smooth handling make everyday riding more enjoyable. And the standard MTB type tires provide off-pavement capability. The Kawasaki Electro 20 is the electric balance bike that's built to rip. Go to Ron Ayers Motorsports, Memorial Drive, north of the airport, Greenville.
We're all in a go status.
T-minus 30 seconds. Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson.
TPA script running. Second stage LH2 securing started.
Wake up, Eastern North Carolina.
Ready to embark on a national security mission for the United States of America.
They're funny. They're real.
Range green. Igniters armed. Rofi ignition.
They're right 5, here at ENC.
4,
just like
3,
you.
And lift off.
Here are Henry and Patrick in the Town Bank Studio. This is Talk of the Town on Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
All right, welcome back. Hour 2 this morning of Talk of the Town here Monday morning, August the 17th. It's a different energy in here this morning because Pilkington's not in here. But we got Logan producing this morning. And Michael Buscemi is back from his Caribbean vacation, his cruise last week. PJ is here. Good morning to everyone. Good to be back in the studio. Again. We're all here in the Town Bank studio this morning. Yes?
Are you enjoying it, or are you saying it was better with Pilkington? I'm trying to read in.
I just said it's a different energy. Don't you agree? I mean, I like having. I think we need Pilkington in here 1 or 2 days a week.
I think that would make a lot of sense, actually. If I'm being really honest with you, I think that'd be a great addition to the show.
I'm not going to
monster with McGee.
Yeah,
you and myself.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste a lot of time this morning because I got a great guest here this morning. Dickie Carrada's here. Dickie's in the lobby. Got a chance to visit with him out there. I've never met him in person, but his legend. When I came to ECU in 1971 was it preceded. I mean, he had an incredible career, 2-sport athlete. I still believe that Dickie was the only scholarship 2-sport athlete.
He may have been, yeah.
Yeah. Scott Peel, Woody Peel's son, just texted me when I was saying I thought that I remembered Carl Summerall playing baseball. He said that he thinks he played summer league baseball. I couldn't remember whether I was friends with a bunch of mutual friends that Dickie had. Dickie played with Tim Dameron, who became a really close friend after his playing days. I knew Tim, Jimmy Creech, Carl Summerall. I knew all those guys when they were big stars at ECU. But they played with Dickie, but Dickie graduated a year before most of those guys, and I remember Carl Summerall playing baseball. I cannot remember whether he played that spring. I want to say he may have played the spring after his football season career ended. Because his career would have ended in football in the fall of '71. So maybe he played baseball in '72. I can't remember. But I tend to remember that. And so we're going to talk to Dickie Carrada. We're going to take a trip down memory lane for all of you my age that remember the Elbow Room and all the great Sonny Randall years and Clarence Stasevich. Wow, he was the AD when I came to ECU in '71. I think he died either the year I was a freshman or sophomore. He died when he was actually the athletic director at ECU. Stasevich did. But that brings back a lot of memories. Right before we went to break, somebody was straightening us out on the $15 million grant that was, I don't want to say it was snuck into the state budget last week, but when they do that technical corrections bill at the end of the session, there's always earmarks that go in there. And basically that's kind of pork for the leaders of the Senate and the House. Mike Lee, who represents Wilmington, is one of the candidates to replace Senate President Pro Tem Phil Berger. A lot of people think he's the leading candidate. Todd Johnson from Union County is another one of the candidates. I don't know who it's going to be. Mike Lee's in a really competitive district, so they may not want to pick somebody who, in fact, he's gotten beaten that district once before, but he came back and won it again. But he put $15 million into the state budget in the technical corrections bill last week that was not part of the original budget. And I made a bad assumption. I assumed it was to prop up the Wilmington film industry, which has been fledgling now for years since they lost the big shows like Dawson's Creek down there, which my daughter was an extra on. And what was the other one? One Tree Hill. And there were several big movies that were shot in Wilmington. What was that movie? Yeah, was Cape Fear shot there?
Yeah, parts of Cape Fear were shot there.
So De Niro was in Wilmington shooting?
Yeah. So everything kind of went away.
What was that big movie you mentioned last week that was Vince Vaughn and John Travolta?
I don't.
That was a great movie.
But so it went away kind of, and then where it started to kind of come back around this time. Obviously the Mr. Beast phenomena, but in Wilmington when they started shooting Eastbound and Down.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did shoot that down there.
That kind of first season of that brought it back, and
yeah, Will Ferrell did a scene in one of the car dealerships down in Wilmington, which was kind of
great. Ashley Schaefer. Woo.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, one of our listeners has straightened me out that this $15 million is not going to Wilmington. It's going to Greenville. We're getting it here in Greenville because it's going to Mr. Beast. The Department of Commerce approved a $15 million grant for Beast Games Season 3. Will they shoot this one in Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium as well? By the way, ECU made out, people keep asking, when is Mr. Beast going to do something for ECU? ECU, as I understand it, made about $1 million all told on the Beast Games when they shot it here this summer. Yeah.
Right.
That included what they paid in rent for the stadium, but it also included resodding the field, which, somebody says, well, yeah, but they tore up the field. But my understanding from John Gilbert, the athletic director, was they were going to resod the field this year anyway. So, I guess you could say it was a true $1 million that ECU benefited. And there are rumors. John keeps saying that he's looking for all sorts of new revenue opportunities. There's a rumor that there's going to be a major concert in Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium coming up.
Rumor has it?
Rumor has it. I've heard a name, but I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to create an expectation, but it's a big name.
Well, just say it out loud. Other media outlets just say stuff out loud and claim it as fact and then have to walk it back. Yeah. So why can't we just
I'm not going to
shout it out.
Well, name some people that you think would be big enough that would sell out Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium.
Well, it depends on how they've usually configured those concerts where the stage faces one side of the stadium.
Yeah.
Are we talking like a concert in the end zone?
I'm talking like a 40,000 person type of concert.
Beyonce, Guns N' Roses, the Rolling Stones.
No.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Taylor Swift.
Who is Kendrick Lamar? Am I so far out of it now I've missed a major artist? Kendrick, no. I thought you were going to say like McCartney.
Well, I mean, I've said the Rolling Stones.
Stones would do
That's
it.
A McCartney level act.
Stones would sell it. Stones would sell it out. The name I've heard has not been mentioned in this conversation. I'm not going any further.
What genre? What's the musical genre?
I'm not going any further. John Gilbert will kill me if I create an expectation that doesn't exist. I'm not doing it.
What genre? You can at least say what musical genre.
Speaking of,
genre,
I actually do. I'm not going to say it. I've told you I'm not saying anything.
Have you heard of the artist?
Absolutely.
Shakira.
Household name.
Shakira.
Speaking of Gilbert and Blake Harrell and football, I'm wearing my ECU football shirt today in honor of the fact that today is the annual kickoff football banquet at Minges Coliseum today, and Blake Harrell's going to be sitting with the Interbanks media team. I'm very excited. We got Blake sitting at our table, so I'll give you a full report on that tomorrow. I tell you what, I'm not going to waste any more time. It's 20 after 8. I want to save as much of the hour. I want to save it. I want to save at least 30 minutes for Dickie. And for the stick to the issues crowd, you're not going to like this next interview. But if you're an ECU Pirate fan. If you're an ECU Pirate fan, you're going to love it. Dickie Carrata and his book, I Am a Pirate. We're going to talk to Dickie about his great career and ECU back in the days he played baseball and football when we come back. Stay with us. We'll have Dickie in the studio next.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arrgh! Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Grimes Built Construction is currently building homes in Pitt and Beaufort County, and they're always looking for land to start new neighborhoods. Grimes Built Construction is a custom home builder, but also builds beautiful spec homes in all price ranges. These aren't cookie-cutter homes. A Grimes-built home has great design, character, and the extra detail you desire.
This is Chad Grimes with Grimes Built Construction. If you're in the market for a new home or if you have land for sale, give me a call, 252-717-1418.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU baseball. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. Fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
This is a standard hole belt. You can get it at any fashion brand, department store, or Amazon. They can be nice, look good, even sometimes expensive. The downside, they're only limited to 5 holes. Not to mention these holes wear out in less than a year. So this is an Anson belt, micro-adjustable holeless belt. Instead of 5 holes 1 inch apart, we have 30+ options spaced 1/4 inch apart, giving you the perfect fit every time. This track system uses a magnetic mechanism that won't break like a spring-loaded mechanism will over time. Slide your belt through, click, click, click. That's the sound of a perfect fit. Check us out at Anson Belt.
One of them forgot to bring the breakfast this morning, and the other one is pretty ticked off about it. Let's see if you can figure out which is which. This is Talk of the Town. Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson are on Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
Hey, welcome back. 24 after. If you are a fan of ECU, and many, many, many of our listeners are, you need to get this book. It's called I Am a Pirate. It's written by Dickie Carrata. Dickie was one of the great athletes in ECU history. He's in the ECU Hall of Fame, got put in there, I believe, in 92?
Yes, sir.
92. And he played he came to ECU from Richmond, where he was in high school. He came to ECU on a split scholarship, baseball, football. I don't think we've ever had anybody before you or since you. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
That was actually on a split scholarship. Now, there have been some two-sport athletes.
Yes.
Kevin Miller played golf.
Right.
I know, and kicked for the Pirates. But anyway, Dickie Carrata live in the studio with me this morning here for the football banquet today and his book signing last night at Chico's. Dickie, good morning and welcome. How are you, man?
Thank you, Henry. I'm great, and thank you so much for having me on your show.
Oh, this is exciting to me. I read your book this weekend. You sent me a book a month ago.
Yes.
And it sat on my desk, and I had some other books, and then I went on vacation. I came back, and I picked it up Friday. I said, I'm going to read it this weekend because Dickie's coming in on Sunday. And, man, when I started reading, I could not put it down. I just absolutely loved it.
I've heard that a lot. The three things I've heard about my book is it brought back so many memories, especially Pirates, like before me or after me, 10 years after me or 15 years after me. It brought back so many memories of their time at ECU. That's one thing. The other thing, many of them said they read my book in like 2 days. Okay, just like you just
I read it in 2 days.
Okay,
yeah.
I've never read a book in 2 days. And then the other thing is, they said they felt like they were right with me on my journey. And Henry, I got to tell you, I didn't know any of that stuff. I'm not an author. Okay, I've never been an author. This is my first book, my first and only book. So all three of those things I never thought about until I started getting my book reviews back from people who had read my book.
I loved it. And I don't know you, and this is the first time we've met in person, although we've communicated some by email. But we have so many mutual friends. I feel like I know you. But here's some observations.
Okay.
Here are my observations of you from reading your book.
Okay.
Number one, it's clear you were an incredible athlete in both football and baseball. That's clear, and everybody knows that. That's no secret. But I sense that you were a great teammate because you talk in your book incessantly about this guy, that guy being a great guy, how much you enjoyed playing with this guy, that guy. And, you didn't seem jealous of the guys who were having great success that were your teammates. You wanted to beat out some of them, and you did beat out some, which is amazing. I was really enthralled by the fact that you came in as a freshman and thought you should be starting, and you even told Coach Stas that, and then you ended up starting. And having known Coach Stasovich a little bit, I can't imagine how he took that when you went into his office and said that you were upset that you were not starting, and you were a true freshman and had skipped spring football practice to play baseball. But you got away with it because he ended up you look, it's like no brag, just fact. You were so good he couldn't deny it, and you ended up starting.
Well, actually, that was my sophomore year.
Because you played freshman football.
Because everybody back then you had to play freshman football.
I forgot that. That's
right. And so I rode the boards for 4 straight games, and I finally and Coach Stas, he was like a idol around Greenville, right, or ECU,
and not a guy that you would think would take lightly to that kind of conversation.
No, but Henry, I thought I have nothing to lose. I'm sitting on the bench here. I'm sitting on the bench like a good little freshman watching us play, and I felt like I should be playing. So, as I say in my book, I got my nerve up. Earlene Hollis was his secretary, admin assistant.
Turned out to be Erling Leggett.
Erling Leggett,
who I knew well.
Yeah, who's in the ECU Hall of Fame now.
She was awesome.
She was there like our mother away from home to deal with the big bad Coach Stas. And so I did. I went into his office and I told him what I thought. And in my book, I talk a lot about a lot of things, not just the games. I talk about them because I felt like I had to a little bit. but it's about my meetings with coaches. All those meetings I had with coaches, most of them because I had a split scholarship. It was hard for them to deal with it. It shouldn't have been, but it was.
Yeah.
Coach Stass he wanted me in spring football practice. Coach Smith didn't want me playing football. You know, but it was
Well, you
great.
can understand that.
Yeah, I can. But it was
But you know what's amazing to me about it is you were so good in both sports, they couldn't deny you playing time. So you ended up being so good you started as a shortstop. 4 years?
4 years.
4 years for Earl Smith.
Actually, I don't think I put this in the book, but I was the first ECU freshman to start because my freshman year was the first year the NCAA switched where freshmen could play baseball and maybe basketball. I can't remember about the basketball thing. So that was the first year.
It was basketball also because I remember there was some, it was a big deal in basketball that year.
I'm sure.
Dean Smith was one of the people that pushed that rule through.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was the first everyday player, baseball-wise, that ever played as a freshman at East Carolina. So I'm going, that's pretty cool, I thought. I didn't think about it after I'd written the book. We had some pitchers that pitched, but not, they don't pitch every day. So I was very blessed.
You were there through what I consider to be the years when ECU football took the giant step to big-time football because I thought the hiring of Sonny Randall, of course, he was here with Mike McGee.
Yes.
But when Sonny Randall got hired as an assistant coach to Mike McGee, who only stayed here 1 year, you played for Stasevich, McGee, and I guess you weren't here for Sonny's first head coaching year.
I was a grad assistant.
Grad assistant,
him,
yeah,
yes.
right.
But Sonny was my receiver coach.
Right. So he
my
coached
senior
you,
year, which
right.
was wow, and we became friends.
Which is the year you broke all the receiving records at ECU.
It's correct. Yes, sir.
You how long did those records stand?
Most of them stood through 1986 or something like that.
You had one game where you caught 14 passes.
And that stood for 42 years.
Yeah.
Until either 2012 or 2014. And Justin Hardy broke that record.
Yeah. When you had Justin Hardy and Shane Carden, and then the kid that came along behind him, Robert Jones' kids.
Zay Jones.
Zay Jones. He broke all that.
He broke all of Justin's
until we ended up having that air raid offense that Lincoln Riley brought here. You held all the receiving records here.
Yes.
But there's no way you were going to hold them when those guys they were getting thrown the ball 40 times a game.
Yes. Yeah. And we threw it maybe 20 or 25.
Which was really interesting because you started and you came here as a receiver under Stasevich, and he was running the old single wing where they never threw the ball.
Yes, I know. And people ask me that, and I try to explain that in the book. It all goes back to the split scholarship. ECU was the only I had offers for football. I had some for baseball. But ECU, as it worked out, was the only school that split the scholarship. Mm-hmm. And that's why I went.
Yeah.
I wanted to play both sports.
Yeah.
I knew the offense was not a pass receiving offense or passing offense.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I loved ECU. When I came on a recruiting trip, I loved everything about it. And I still do,
you can tell that. That's one of my other observations, which I love about you, because you've come back, you've given back, you tailgate with your college teammates and come to the games. Another observation about you from the book that I come away with is that you have a really good sense of humor, because there's a lot of running jokes through the book about you transferring to Parsons College, which I'd never heard of before. Tell us that story.
We played Parsons, I think my sophomore year.
I had never heard of Parsons before.
I hadn't either. It was a game. It was like we opened my sophomore year with Parsons at ECU. I had never heard of Parsons, but I learned that Parsons was they called it an outlaw school. Anybody could get in. And I think it was kind of expensive. So they would let anybody
Where
in.
was Parsons? Somewhere in the Midwest?
Wow.
Or something?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Ohio, some maybe in Ohio. I can't remember. But, that was, it was just funny that everybody was talking about it. And I said, what the hell is an outlaw school? I never heard of an outlaw school while I was, I was a sophomore. I was a naive sophomore. But I found out. And after I researched it while I was writing this book, it was crazy. It was a crazy school. They didn't care whether you went to class. As long as you paid the tuition, you could stay there for a year. And kids would go there and stay there for 6, 8 years and never graduate.
Yeah.
And then the school folded, so anyway, and throughout the book, I keep talking about, I said, maybe I can go to Parsons.
Maybe I should transfer to Parsons.
Maybe I should transfer if these coaches don't get off my back about my split scholarship, things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know where and I carried it through the book almost.
The fact that you were on a split scholarship, Stasevich didn't like it, Mike McGee didn't like it, Earl Smith, your baseball coach, didn't like it, but that went away, didn't it? When you became like a superstar in both sports.
Yeah, after my sophomore year, it went away. It pretty much went away. Yeah. And until Mike McGee came.
Yeah.
And of course, it was his first year. He was there in the spring, had Sonny Randall, put in a whole new offense.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted me to come to spring drills. Coach Smith said, no way. He's not going to spring drills.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to spring drills. So when I came to fall practice, of course, I'm like third or fourth on the depth chart again because they didn't know me. I had never hardly met them, the coaches. So
right.
Anyway,
for people who went to ECU during that era, 60s, 70s, you'll recognize a lot of the hangouts because you talk about spending all that time at the elbow room and becoming buddies with Danny Bersini, who was the legendary, to the students. Danny Bersini was this legendary guy. He owned the elbow room. So, if you knew Danny Bersini, you knew somebody. You know? And I got to be friends with Bersini when I spent way too much time at the elbow room, just like you did. And the Buccaneer, you talk about I met my wife in the Buccaneer.
Did you?
I did. And then you talk about Darwin Waters, which we call DWs.
DWs. Yeah.
Which one of your teammates got in trouble out there.
Yes.
But you kept getting in trouble because you were not a guy who liked curfews.
I did not like curfews.
But it seems to me that you were that great athlete. I read Larry Miller's book recently, the great basketball player, and Larry Miller was kind of a renegade. He didn't like curfews. He liked to drink. He liked to, and Dean Smith had to kind of ignore a lot of the things that Larry Miller did because he was such a great player. I sense that's the same situation with you and Coach Stass and Mike McGee and Earl Smith.
Yeah, they knew I was not like the goody two shoe kind of guy, so they tried to keep it tight. Tried to keep me tight, but I wouldn't let them. And look, I was a 19, 20, 21-year-old college student. I loved to have fun. When I was on the field, I worked my ass off to get better. But when I was off the field, out of season, stuff like that, I still do actually.
I was shocked to see that Hal Baird was one of your running mates on that. Because Hal was so straight laced when I knew him. He came the head coach here, and Hal was like we used to call him the professor because he seemed so dialed in all the time. I could reading about Hal Baird breaking curfew with you and going downtown Charleston to the strip clubs and all that stuff. That blew me away. I couldn't believe that Hal Baird did that. Nick, I haven't talked to Hal in years, but we were really close back in the old days, and that shocks me about that. You must have been the influence on him.
No doubt, no doubt. Hal's a great guy. I just talked to him last week or so. He wrote the foreword to my book.
I read it.
We're dear
great,
friends. Yeah. We grew up about 30 minutes apart. In Richmond or Chesterfield County, and we played against each other in high school. I didn't know him, and he didn't know me. Played against each other in Legion and in baseball and football. He was a damn good quarterback in football.
I'll bet. He's a great athlete.
Yeah, and then he went to Ferrum and played 2 years, and then he came my junior year. And so it was like
Earl Smith got him out of Ferrum Junior College, and he came and had a lights-out career here and then went on and pitched for the Royals.
Yeah, we both signed with Kansas City after our senior year.
Right, yeah.
And he almost made it. He almost made it. Like 2 years, 2 of his 6 or 7 years, he was in the big league camp and stayed right till the end. But,
right, yeah.
He's a great guy.
And ended up being the head coach here and the head coach at Auburn. And then he was the number 2 guy in the athletic department at Auburn for years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I talk about him throughout my book also.
Yeah. Hal Baird, what a great human being. All right. When we come back, 2 or 3 things I want to cover in the time. I want to talk about you played in the Marshall game.
Yes.
The famous Marshall game in 1970 of the plane crash day. We hadn't talked much about your baseball career. I want to find out about Earl Smith because I knew Coach Smith. He was a piece of work. And anything else you want to talk about?
Okay.
We could also talk about the Pirates today as we get ready for the football season at the banquet today.
Okay.
8:41. We'll be right back with Dickie Carrata.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you farm to fork beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to fork beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College.
Back to
Register
Henry
now.
and Patrick. This is Talk of the Town on Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
I'm talking to Dickie Carrata that I didn't realize I forgot we were on the air. Welcome back. Today is the kickoff day for the ECU football banquet. It's the best time of year in Greenville. And Dickie Carrata's here, and he's written this book called I Am a Pirate. And if you are an ECU fan or alum, you need this book. How do you get the book, Dickie? What's the best place to go get it? Buy it from you, right?
Buy it from me. That would be the easiest way.
Because Dickie, by the way, says he's given all the net profits to the Pirate Club.
Yes, sir.
You didn't write this book to make money.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
No, and anybody that writes a book to make money.
If you self-publish, good luck.
Yeah, it's just it's a tough road. It was fun writing the book, and to me, I think it was easy writing the book. I had a great editor in Bethany Bradshaw. The hardest part is promoting the book after you write it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the hardest part.
Right. Got to go out and do stuff like this.
I don't have an ad agency or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so appreciative of being on this show. I was on Patrick Johnson's show. I was on Phil's show last fall, the game show.
Yeah.
Outside the stadium.
Right.
So that's how to get the word out.
Yeah.
But anyway,
are you gonna be available anymore in Greenville this year to do book signings?
Yes, I will.
Yeah,
but I just don't know.
Well, just let me know. Send me an email. Let me know. We'll promote it.
Okay,
so people can come get your book.
But anyway, the easiest way, without having to give you my address and all that kind of stuff on the phone, which everyone will forget, is to just go to eBay. Just type in the title, I Am a Pirate. It clicks right up.
So ebay.com and go and type in I Am a Pirate, and you can buy it right off of eBay.
You buy it off of eBay. eBay lets me know you have so-and-so has purchased this book.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your mailing label. I sign the book, and then I mail it.
Okay.
I either mail it that day if I get it early or the next day.
All right. So
that is the easiest way to explain.
eBay is the best way to get it, unless you can buy it directly from Dickie, which he will be available more this fall.
UBE may have some.
UBE has
some. I
some.
think they've had them.
Yeah.
So I assume they
All right,
still.
I don't want to run out of time. I got 2 or 3 things I want to get to here.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Marshall game, 1970. Marshall comes to ECU. Tony Guzzo kicks a field goal to win the game. I've talked to Guzzo about this. We lost Tony a few years ago.
Yes.
But I've asked Tony about that. He said it was the most exciting moment of his life, and then 3 hours later, the most devastating moment of his life, when we found out that the Marshall team had crashed going back to Huntington, Virginia. You played in that game. What do you remember?
Wow. The first thing I remember, it was kind of a cloudy day, and it was a tough football game. It was a very hard-hitting, tough, back and forth, maybe a lot of punts and stuff like that. It wasn't a very exciting passing game for some reason. But we prevailed. Tony, who came in with me as a freshman, hurt his knee, didn't play, came back out his senior year as a kicker, kicked the game-winning field goal. I remember Bill Crossetier, and I watched the game before I started writing this chapter. I just felt like I had to just really
probably brought back some incredible memories, didn't it?
It did, not good. But Crossetier, I remember, jumped on his back, patted him on the ass a little bit, and everybody was excited. And then we had no curfew that game. Thank you, Coach, because we won. And we were all scattered wherever we were. I remember I was at Village Green Apartments at a party, and then someone came in and told us the news, and it was like the most devastating. It was I was 22 years old, whatever I was. I just couldn't fathom. We'd battled these guys for 3 hours. I mean, just total battle, and had the utmost respect for them, and then they were gone. And it was, I believe, 75 on that plane that went down. It was all kinds of stories, and I talk about it in the book. There are all kinds of stories about, if the plane had been 10 feet higher.
Mm-hmm.
We had gone into Marshall my junior year, and I'm sitting by the window, and as we come in, I see these trees, and these trees are literally, felt like they were right under. I felt like they were brushing the plane.
Yeah, you talk about that in the book.
And then you come in on this mountain, and that's where you land.
So that's what you thought about.
As soon as I heard it, that's what I thought about it. But it was a ugly night, and it was raining and foggy and all that kind of stuff.
I've talked to your teammates. Jimmy Creech, who's a good friend of mine who lives here in Greenville, was a center in that game, I believe.
Yeah, yes.
And Jimmy said that he was haunted forever about he could see the guy's face, the nose guard across the line of scrimmage. He had to block all game. He
Yes.
could see his face.
Yes.
And that kind of stuff.
It's
And
just
I-
those memories. Just
Right.
stays with you, and just
Right.
And I talk about it in my book, and my teammate. I give some of my comments from my teammates of what they thought and how they felt. It was a devastating. It was
All right,
just
let's end this on a positive note.
Yeah, let's do
it. We talk about your football career a lot. You're breaking all the receiving records, but you had a great baseball career. You played shortstop for 4 years, but you were a heck of a hitter, great fielder, and it was baseball that you ended up getting a pro contract. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great experience. Like I said, that's why I came. Back then, getting a baseball scholarship was very hard back then. It's a non-revenue sport, and I think they only allowed like 10 or 8 or whatever it was. I think ECU had like 6. So 6 scholarships to deal with. So that's I played baseball. It was a great experience. From that, I played in the Basin League one summer.
Interesting read about your years in the Basin League, and then you ended up in the Cape Cod League.
Cape Cod League, which was fantastic.
Which was better, right?
That was, oh my God, that was better. The Basin League had the really good players.
Sounds like you were in a town about the size of Aden.
Oh yeah, exactly. It was brutal. Yes, but it was good baseball.
We got to go. We're out of time. I apologize, but we spent a bunch of time on this, and I've dilly-dallied too much. Get the book, people. It's called I Am a Pirate. Take a full shot there, Logan, so the video audience can see it. I Am a Pirate, Dickie Carrata. It's a great read if you're a Pirate fan. I love it. Dickie, thank you, man.
Thank you.
I'll see you at the banquet today.
Yes, you will.
Yeah,
I'll be there
absolutely.
with my teammates.
Yeah. And again, go to eBay and get Dickie's book. He's given the proceeds, the net proceeds to the Pirate Club. All right, we got to get a break. We'll be right back.
Make the summer shift into huge savings at Greenville Toyota. Shift into low payments. Shift into fuel-efficient and hybrid models like Camry's $229 a month, RAV4's $269. It's the summer shift at Greenville Toyota.
Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium like it. There's nothing like game days in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Football is special here, and that's because of you. It takes all of us to have success. The 2026 season is right around the corner. Season tickets start as low as $75. Get yours today.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut, certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU football. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU Athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
The summer shift is on at Greenville Toyota. Get massive savings on a huge Toyota selection. Then shift into Tacomas, $249 a month. Tundras, $399 at Greenville Toyota, where our volume saves you money.
All right, I forgot to show, Dickie got a plaque. Dickie Carrata got this beautiful plaque from his teammates who are proud of him for writing this book, I Am a Pirate. So there you go. All right, PJ, sports time. Sorry, I've taken all your time this morning. What do you got?
Okay, we'll try to jam what we can in here. Let's start with ECU football, and they're beginning the process of bringing back key 3 players from last season. They are lineman J.D. Lampley on the defensive side, linebacker Sam Denka, and running back Marlon Gunn. They exhausted their eligibility, but a federal court injunction could give members of the 2020 high school class of 5th year. The NCAA has appealed that ruling, a decision expected maybe as soon as midweek, but possibly in a couple weeks. This is Blake Harrell saying that the Pirates will be cautious about integrating the 3 while the legal process plays out.
There's a lot of things that take in factor there. We'll kind of have those guys academically. They kind of initiated that process medically, and then we'll start to get them back in shape. And then as soon as this thing goes through, that way they're ready to go and ready to be a piece of it. I've talked to our players. I brought this up to our leadership council about 12 days ago in preparation for this, and just seeing how this thing plays out.
And former ECU standout Dixon Williams put together a historic season as a historic weekend, I should say, with High A Rome, went 8 for 11, 5 home runs and 16 RBIs in 2 games. What an incredible run for Dixon Williams there. All right, more on that today, 5 o'clock. Back to the Big Hen.
Yeah, you had plenty of time. You know, we're not going out till 59:50. You want to give us some? You want to give us some more?
Okay, a little more on Dixon's exploits.
Our producer, yeah. Congratulations to Dixon Williams. How about him? Speaking of superstars, jeez.
So let me run down what he did exactly.
Yeah.
So he drove in 10 runs and 2 home runs on Saturday. That was his game Saturday, and then he followed it up Sunday with 3 home runs and 6 RBIs.
That's unbelievable.
No major league player has ever totaled 5 home runs and 16 RBIs over a 2-game stretch.
Wow.
Since the RBI became an official statistic in 1920. Here's Dixon's numbers for the year in those departments: 19 homers, 76 RBIs in the season. And I remember back when he was, going to get drafted, there were some that were kind of mumbling, I wonder if he could hit at the pro level. I think he's answered that question.
Yeah. And so the question is, how quickly will they take him up to the big team? I want to see him in a Braves uniform in Atlanta. How about
also yesterday, Alec Burleson homered against my Cubbies. I turned the game right on when he homered, drove a low pitch into the stands at Wrigley.
Here we go again with my Cubbies, like they're your
Sure.
Cubbies. Yeah.
So Burley's got 21 home runs this year and 90 RBIs. That ranks 4th in the big leagues.
That's crazy.
It's good stuff.
He has had a great year.
Andrew Bays will be on today, the Patrick Johnson Show.
Oh, good. Is Andrew back doing? Is he going to do football this year? Is he going to be on the?
As far as I know, he
yeah.
will be.
All
Sure,
right.
I've not heard anything official.
All right, our sports update is brought to you by this morning our friends at Weatherly Insurance with 6 locations throughout Eastern Carolina. From the Outer Banks to the Inner Banks, Weatherly Insurance has you covered. Call 252-756-9900 or go to weatherlyinsurance.com. Wow, I really enjoyed the Dick Carrata interview. I wish we'd had more time with him, but 30 minutes wasn't enough to ask all the questions. We didn't even get to talk about his great career. We know about his great career at playing football and baseball, but I wanted to talk to him about his great career at the Elbow Room and see if my career at the Elbow Room was even close to
high.
The Elbow Room was a problem for a lot of us. They had. I remember the Friday afternoon happy hours. It started at 4:00. Oh my God! And they had the draft beer like 10 cents in a little Dixie cup. Denny Bersini
We had penny draft when the elbow room was a thing when I was here.
Oh my
Good
God!
grief.
All right, everybody, have a great Monday. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.